My family idolizes my sister's boyfriend, Ethan, while dismissing me. At a barbecue, they praised him endlessly, ignoring my achievements. Then I discovered I'm his boss at work. Now I manage him while hiding our dynamic, grappling with resentment and the urge to reveal the truth. All right, Reddit. I need to get this off my chest because it's been eating me alive for weeks. I'm not usually one to air my dirty laundry online, but this whole thing is so wild, so absurdly ironic, that I can't keep it to myself anymore. I'm still processing it, and maybe you guys can help me figure out how to feel about it. It's a long one, so grab a snack, settle in, and bear with me while I try to make sense of this mess. I'm 28, female, and I work in tech. Specifically, I'm a team lead at a mid-sized software company in a city I won't name. Let's just say it's a place where rent is stupid high and everyone's obsessed with cold brew. My job's pretty demanding, but I love it. I manage a small team of developers, and I've worked my ass off to get where I am. Late nights, endless Jira tickets, and way too many meetings with people who don't understand what API stands for. Point is, I'm good at what I do, and I've earned my spot. Keep that in mind. It's important later. Now let's talk about my family. I've got a younger sister, Mia, who's 25. Mia's the golden child, always has been. She's charming, gorgeous, and has this effortless way of making everyone love her. Growing up, I was the awkward one, the bookworm with braces and a bad haircut, while Mia was the cheerleader who could do no wrong. I'm not bitter about it. Okay, maybe a tiny bit. But I've always felt like I'm in her shadow. Our parents adore her, and family gatherings usually revolve around her latest adventure or achievement. I'm used to it by now, but it still stings sometimes. So about a year ago, Mia started dating this guy, Ethan. Ethan's 27, good-looking in that generic finance bro way. Think button-down shirts, slicked back hair, and a smile that screams, "I know I'm hot." He's a software developer too, which I thought was cool at first because, hey, maybe we'd have something to talk about. He works at a different company, or so I thought, more on that later, and Mia was head over heels for him from day one. She'd gush about how smart he was, how ambitious, how he was totally going places. I was happy for her, even if Ethan gave me slight frat boy vibes. Like he'd make these corny jokes and wink at me across the dinner table, which I found more annoying than charming. Here's where things get messy. Last summer, my parents decided to throw a big family barbecue at their house. They invited the whole extended family, some neighbors, and of course Ethan, because he's basically family now, right? I wasn't thrilled about it. I'm not huge on big gatherings, and I knew it'd be another Mia show. But I showed up because, well, family. I brought a homemade potato salad, which, by the way, nobody ate because Mia's Pinterest-perfect charcuterie board stole the spotlight. Anyway, I'm there, trying to make small talk with my cousins, when I overhear my mom talking to my aunt in the kitchen. "Oh, Ethan's just perfect for Mia," my mom says, all dreamy. "He's so driven, so talented. I wish my name could find someone like him." Ouch. I mean, I'm standing right there, holding a solo cup of lukewarm lemonade, and it's like a knife to the gut. I'm single. Have been for a while, mostly because I'm busy and dating apps are a nightmare. But hearing my mom say that, like I'm some sad spinster who can't measure up to Mia's golden boyfriend, that hurt. I brushed it off, made some excuse about needing to grab more ice, and hid in the bathroom for a solid 10 minutes to collect myself. Later that day, things got worse. I'm chatting with my cousin Rachel, who's always been my ally in the family, when Ethan saunters over with Mia hanging on his arm. He's got this smug grin, and he starts asking me about my job. I tell him I'm a team lead at company name, and he nods like he's impressed. But there's this weird glint in his eye. "Oh, cool, so you're like what, a manager?" he says, and I can tell he's trying to sound casual, but it feels patronizing. Mia chimes in with, "Yeah, but you don't have to deal with the real coding anymore, right? Ethan's always working on these crazy complex projects." I force a smile and say something vague about still being hands-on, but inside I'm seething. It's like they're both subtly putting me down, and nobody else notices. The barbecue goes on, and I keep catching these little moments. My dad clapping Ethan on the back, my grandma asking him about his big plans, my mom whispering to Mia about how she's so lucky. Meanwhile, I'm just there, invisible. At one point, my uncle asks me how my dating life's going, and before I can answer, my mom jumps in with, "Oh, she's too busy with work. Ethan, tell us more about that startup idea you were working on." I swear, I wanted to scream. It was like they'd all decided Ethan was the family's shining star, and I was just the boring older sister who couldn't keep up. I left the barbecue early, claiming I had a work deadline. Really, I just needed to get out of there before I said something I'd regret. I cried in my car on the way home, not full-on sobbing, but that quiet, angry kind of crying where you're mad at yourself for even caring. I told myself I was overreacting, that it wasn't a big deal, but deep down I felt rejected. Like my family had chosen Ethan over me, not just as Mia's boyfriend, but as the person they admired more. Fast forward a few months. It's October, and I get a new project at work. My company's merging teams with another department, and I'm tasked with onboarding a few new developers. I'm going through the roster, and one name catches my eye, Ethan Carter. Same last name as Mia's boyfriend, same city, same job title. I laugh it off at first. Common name, right? But then I see his employee photo, and my stomach drops. It's him, smirking at me from my computer screen. Same slicked back hair, same cocky vibe. My sister's boyfriend is now one of my direct reports. I panic, like full-on, what the hell is happening panic. I double-check his LinkedIn, his HR file, everything. It's definitely him. He must have switched jobs recently, because Mia never mentioned he was at my company. I sit there for a solid hour, staring at my monitor, trying to figure out what to do. Do I tell Mia? Do I tell Ethan I know who he is? Do I pretend it's a coincidence and just manage him like any other employee? My brain's spinning, and all I can think about is that barbecue, his smug grin, and my mom's voice saying she wishes I could find someone like him. I decide to play it cool. I don't tell anyone, not Mia, not my parents, not even my work bestie, Sarah, who'd probably lose her mind if she knew. The first team meeting rolls around, and I'm nervous as hell. Ethan walks in, all confident, shaking hands with the other devs like he owns the place. Then he sees me at the head of the table, and his face changes. Not dramatically, but enough that I notice. A flicker of confusion, then realization, then something else. Nervousness? Respect? I can't tell. I introduce myself as the team lead, keeping it professional, and he just nods, says, "Nice to meet you," like we've never met. I'm dying inside, but I keep it together, run the meeting, and assign him some tasks like he's just another developer. Over the next few weeks, things get weird. Ethan's good at his job, annoyingly good. His code's clean, he hits deadlines, and he's got this knack for explaining complex stuff in a way that makes clients love him. But every time we interact, there's this unspoken tension. I'm his boss, so he has to listen to me. but I can tell he's not used to it. Like he'll make a suggestion in a meeting, and I'll point out a flaw, and he'll get this tight smile, like he's trying not to argue. Meanwhile, I'm hyper aware of everything I say, because I don't want him to think I'm being petty or biased because of our family connection. At home, things are even weirder. Mia keeps inviting me to family dinners, and Ethan's always there, acting like nothing's changed. He'll joke around, charm my parents, and I'm just sitting there, knowing I'm reviewing his performance metrics tomorrow. One night, my dad asks me how work's going, and I almost choke on my lasagna because Ethan's right there, and I can't exactly say, "Oh, it's great, I'm managing your golden boy now." I mumble something vague and change the subject, but Ethan gives me this look like he knows I'm holding back. The breaking point comes about a month ago. We're working on a big project with a tight deadline, and Ethan screws up. Not a huge screw up, but he misses a bug in his code, and it causes a client demo to crash. I have to step in, fix it, and smooth things over with the client, which takes all night. I'm pissed, not just because of the bug, but because I'm tired of this weird dynamic where he's the star at home and I'm the one cleaning up his messes at work. I call him into my office the next day for a one-on-one. I'm ready to lay into him, but I keep it professional, like, "Hey, we need to talk about what happened. This can't happen again." He's apologetic, but there's this edge to him, like he's embarrassed but also defensive. Then he says, "Look, I know this is weird, you being my boss and all, but can we keep this separate from, family stuff?" I'm stunned. It's the first time he's acknowledged it, and it catches me off guard. I tell him, "Yeah, of course, I'm just doing my job." But inside I'm screaming, "You think I wanted this? You think I'm enjoying having to babysit you while my family worships the ground you walk on?" After that, things shift. Ethan starts being more careful at work, like he's trying to prove himself. He's still good, but he's less cocky, more focused. At family events, he's quieter around me, like he's not sure how to act. Meanwhile, Mia's oblivious, still gushing about how perfect he is. My parents keep singing his praises, and I'm just sitting there, biting my tongue, knowing I could tank his next performance review if I wanted to. Not that I would, but the thought crosses my mind. Last week, I finally told my cousin Rachel everything. We were grabbing coffee, and I just spilled it all. The barbecue, the rejection, the fact that I'm Ethan's boss now. She laughed so hard she almost choked on her latte, then said, "Oh my God, this is like a soap opera. You've got to tell Mia." I'm torn, though. Part of me wants to keep it secret, because it's my little piece of power in this whole messed up situation. But another part of me feels guilty, like I'm lying by omission. Plus, what if Ethan says something first? I don't know how Mia would react, or if it'd make things weird between us. So, Reddit, here I am. I'm stuck in this bizarre situation where my family thinks Ethan's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I'm the one signing off on his work. It's satisfying in a petty way, but it also sucks because I still feel like the odd one out at home. I don't know if I should tell Mia, confront Ethan, or just keep pretending everything's fine. All I know is every time my mom says, "Why can't you find someone like Ethan?" I want to scream. Because I'm too busy fixing his bugs. What do you guys think? Should I come clean, keep it professional, or just lean into the chaos and see what happens? I'm so lost here, and I could use some outside perspective. Thanks for reading this novel of a post. I needed to get it out somewhere. TLDR. My family loves my sister's boyfriend and keeps comparing me to him, but they don't know I'm his boss at work. He messed up a project, and now I'm stuck in this weird power dynamic while still feeling like the family reject. Do I tell them or keep it secret?